Here are 15 strength hacks that everybody should know. Everything's timestamped below, so let's get into the video. First up, once you get stronger at lifts such as deadlifts from the floor and you have 2 plates on it, it can be a little bit trickier getting the plates off the actual barbell. So a real simple way is just to get like a smaller weight. So I've got like a 2.5 kilo plate, put it underneath the first plate, and all you're going to do is just roll it up onto it, and it just means you can slide the weight on and off far easier. So when you're bench pressing, if you've got like a really sweaty t-shirt, sometimes you can actually slip back on the bench press. Now that's particularly evident, especially if you've got heavier weights on the barbell. Now a really easy way to try and reduce some of that is just to try and add a band to the bench. So I've just got a green band, put it on the end and then stretch it all the way down on top of here. All this will do is just increase the friction on the actual bench so that when you come to lift, and you've got that leg drive in the bottom position, it'll just give you more friction so that you're not sliding off the bench. Okay, really simple, but highly effective. If your gym doesn't have access to a landmine attachment, just as I'm showing here, for things such as landmine presses, like cable rotations, etc., then a really simple way is just to cut a hole in a tennis ball, just as shown on screen just now, fire it onto the bottom of the barbell, and you can easily put that into the corner, and you can do that for any of those exercises I've just said just now. Also, if you've got dumbbells that aren't flat, just as shown in the screen just now, again, you can put them to the bottom of the dumbbells. It makes your life far easier, especially when the weights start to get heavier. So if you're doing an exercise on the cables and you find that the next weight down is too big a jump and you don't have access, your gym doesn't have access to one of these that you can just chuck on top of the cable stack, then a nice easy way to do so is just to take a smaller plate. So I've just got like a 2.5 kilo here, and then all I'm looking to do is just put it in, sideways in, and then whatever weight you're looking to go, just fire the weight in there, and then it's just a nice easy way to micro load the plate up. Like I said, if you don't have access to one of these, when you're looking to get heavy dumbbells into place ready to press them, a really simple way is just to use the momentum of your feet just to get the weight up. Okay, so from there, you're just going to come back, lean back, shift from there, weights up in the air, you can do your set, and then once you've done your set, it's the same thing, knees up, let the weight take you back up. So when you're learning new skills in the gym, a really important tool to use is just to use a counterweight out in front of you. Now I've got a 5 kilo plate. Now this just increases stability and aids balance and just makes life far easier. Now you can use this on a range of exercises. So for example, if you're learning to squat, you can have this held out in front of you while you're learning the movement to go through. You can also do it on these following exercises too. You can use it on the single leg box squat. You can use it on the skater squat. You can use it on the single leg squat off a box. And you can use it when you're learning the pistol squat. Now, a really effective way to learn the hip hinge movement or the RDL exercise is to use something behind you. You can use a wall. I'm just using the pins on the power rack. And all you need to do is just stay nice and close to it. And the goal is just to push your bum back till you touch the pin. Now, I can do it there. And then just move yourself out a little bit. And then the goal is the same thing. Slide the barbell down you, push, I can touch. Still got a little bit more range of motion, so come out a little bit further. Again, you're looking to push your bum back, touch, come back up. Again, I could come out probably a little bit further still, and then push back. Now, the key thing with your feet, make sure the big toe, little toe, and the heel stay on the ground, so make sure you're not lifting your toes up, keep that flat down, and then back up. So that's probably my range there. I can get a good stretch through my hamstrings. I'm just touching the pad, the power rack, and then I'm coming back up. Again, this is a really effective way just to simply learn how to hip hinge properly. When you're able to move on to the single leg RDL, a really good way to learn it is just to try and put a band over your shoulder and over your foot. This just gives you feedback as to whether you're in a good place. So how it looks is just basically stand on the band, loop that around your shoulder from there, and then you're looking to do same exercise. You're coming through, keep your balance, and then come back up from there. If you start to bend the leg, you'll feel that the band will start to get loose, so you start moving around. So it just gives you a nice feedback just to keep your leg nice and straight and long, and then come through from there. Okay, real simple stuff, but effective. Now, most people have poor ankle mobility that doesn't allow their knee to transfer forward over their toes. They've got poor dorsiflexion, so a real simple way to address that is just to take a couple of smaller plates. I've got 2.5 kilo plates on here. You're going to elevate your heels just slightly off the ground. That's just going to help you to transition your knees forward a little bit further from that position there. Now, I also would recommend potentially buying a weightlifting shoe. That's if you're into your training and you're looking to take your training seriously. I've covered that in this video here, so go and check that one out. So if you have issues with your wrists and it just being in that sort of extended position, especially on push-ups, just gives you a lot of aggravation, then a nice easy way is just to do push-ups on top of a dumbbell, okay? Now, word of warning, now obviously circular dumbbells like I've got here will just increase the stability demands a little bit more. If you've got more of the square dumbbells, obviously they'll stay in place, but it doesn't really matter. It takes the pressure off the wrists. Just make sure that you've got enough space just to get your fingers underneath, and then from there you're just looking to come down, all the way down, and then come back up from there. Again, it's just a really simple way to take pressure off the wrists, and then you can work on your mobility in the meantime. The Bulgarian split squat can be a great exercise to develop unilateral strength. However, a big problem I see is a lot of times people get set up, they put the feet on, and then they're hopping around. They either go out too far, come back in, they go in too close. So a really simple way to avoid that is just to start in the bottoms up position. So just go down with your foot on the ground, and then it means you can set yourself in that bottom position there, and then you can take a marking or put chalk on the floor if your gym allows it, and it just means that you can get set from the get-go rather than jumping around. Another really useful tool is to use blocks when learning new skills. So you can use this on the same exercise I've just gone through before, skater squat, single leg squat to a box. You can also do single leg squat touchdown, which I'll put a progression up showing at the side here while I'm talking. And it's just a really nice way to learn new skills. So for example, if this is as far as I can squat in the beginning, that's totally fine. And as your skill improves, you can literally start to lower the height of the boxes and then progress through from there. Again, it's the same with the single leg box squat and all the other exercises that I've previously mentioned. You can use blocks to learn skills. If you're on the leg extension and leg curl and that you find that the handles are just a little bit too low down, mine's okay in this machine, but sometimes you find them a little bit too low down, so when you're trying to create a bit of stability as you extend the legs up, it can sometimes be a little bit tricky. So a way around that is just to take some handles off the cable extensions, the cable machines, and then just attach it on either side. And then from there, it just gives you a little bit higher of a position to pull onto to give you a little bit more stability. Really simple, but again, can be really effective when you're getting to heavier loads on the leg extension or leg curl. Now, if your gym doesn't have a leg curl machine for whatever reason, then you can easily do some leg curls on the leg extension machine. Again, just in single leg, stand, brace nice and tight, and then up from there, okay? Again, can be really effective if you don't have a leg curl machine within your gym. The final tip is just around the front squat. Now, a lot of people have poor wrist mobility that prevents them from getting into a good front rack position. Now, if they're uncomfortable doing the cross grip variation, then you can easily attach straps to the barbell. Now, I've attached that one on. With this one, obviously, just loop it through and then pull it all the way through, like so. And then all you're looking to do from there is just lift up, that watch my mic, from there. And again, it's just a nice way to learn the front squat movement, keeping the chest up nice and tall without having to worry about your wrist mobility. You could be working on your wrist mobility in the meantime. Now, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you do have any questions on today's video, then fire a comment below. If you're looking for a free muscle building program to get you started and get going, then click on this video here. Thanks for watching.